Happy Capricorn season, flowers. Thank you for stepping into the garden, coming to sip some tea, and coming to get red. Let's get into it. So Capricorn season, most of my Capricorn season videos and my Capricorn season, or my understanding of Capricorn, is that it is a sign of discernment. It's ruled by Saturn. Saturn, its Greek equivalent is Chronos, I believe, and that is the father of time. And if there's one thing that Capricorns and Earth signs in general just really, really value, it is time. So before I really even get into these cards, the big message that we have is being courageous enough to discern the time that you use, basically. And it's going to be a really important message for specifically this season, because there's going to be a lot of opportunities picking up and going up for people. So let's get into these cards. So for our affirmation cards, we've got Goddess of Miracles, I give and receive enchanted energy, and that is Ra'et. I always be trying to see if I can get y'all to read that, but it's okay. It says, what if your life was enchanted? Do you believe in miracles? If you could create miracles, what would you do? Accept that you are already a living, breathing miracle right this minute. Move forward with this energy. Claim the energy of this thought with the pleasure of Ra'et, Egyptian goddess of the sun. So right now I'm actually at a holiday market, so you might hear some stuff in the background. But so yeah, that's also like a really great show of like what's gonna be happening. Like there's gonna be a lot of stuff happening in the background and the foreground, and you just gotta be courageous enough to discern and focus on yourself and decide what you want to do on your time. Back of the deck energy for the affirmation is, I trust in the process of life. This is goddess of the feast, Ahia Njoku, Igbo goddess of yams. Do you keep your promises to yourself? What if you had faith in your own promises? Keeping your word to yourself establishes your personal integrity and how much you can believe in your own word. Claim this thought with the unconditional faith of Ahia Njoku, Igbo goddess of yams. And also, every time we get into Capricorn season, last season, the Sagittarius season, I was like, oh, we're stepping into this season of God. Capricorn, yes, is associated with the devil, but same thing, you have to understand the story of the devil. And then there's also the devil's redemption as well too, and realizing that we have these stories and these mythologies in order for us to understand our own story that we create for ourselves. Sometimes we gotta be the devil, sometimes we gotta be God, sometimes we gotta be Jesus, sometimes we gotta be Mary, sometimes we gotta be Joseph, sometimes we have to be Oshun, sometimes we have to be Adabe, sometimes we have to be every deity or non-deity spirit, and yourself and your ancestors. So it's really about, this season is about integrating and choosing and deciding that this is who I am, this is what I'm going to step in and be in, and mastering the creation of yourself. So those are the affirmations. Believe it or not, we got more from the field guide than the tarot. So I'll go into the tarot and then go into the field guide, because it's really oracle-like, oracle-like, I guess. So tarot, we've got the Eight of Wands. Back of the deck energy, we've got the King of Swords, and and then behind that is the Magician, and then behind that is Judgment, and then behind that is the Hierophant. Okay, yeah, a lot of big opportunities and a lot of just like incoming information, incoming passions, new hobbies, people really wanting your attention, people really wanting to be around you, this effervescent energy, and you know, holiday season and all that stuff going on. This is a very, very busy time. So with this King of Swords, it's really just using that discernment to center yourself, center your breath, center yourself and your thoughts, and remind yourself what is the actual choice that you want to make. What is it that you really truly want to do? And the Magician, Judgment card, and the Hierophant, that's all about really just, again, using your internal energy, using that internal energy to create the world that you desire to live in. Not only create the world that you desire to live in or create the situations that you desire to be in, but it's about really just creating the person that you desire to be in. and letting yourself be at home in yourself. Capricorn's a very familial and secure sign, and it's as much about business. It's as much about business as we always say it is, but it's as much about the hearth and the home as Cancer is. Cancer is its opposite sign. But you know, we've got to just have dual energies, and Capricorn is a really great show of dual energies of like earth, goat, sea, mermaid. So sea goat, right? So diving into the field guide, we've got sage, purify, moral, regenerates, fern, growth, and then the back of the deck energy for that is courage. And as you can see, I was really relying, or really, that's where the message really came from, where these was the core of this field guide. So yeah, it's kind of giving you a process of how to go through this Capricorn season almost of purify, take your time to be with yourself, to really kind of go into hermit mode, to find out what your own traditions are, what gives you a sense of home, what gives you a sense of familiarness, what gives you a sense of security, and really cleansing out what does not do that for you. And then in that, you're doing a process of regeneration, of resting, and then getting energy back into yourself. And after that, you grow into this really beautiful being, and all that takes courage. All of that is going to be an undercurrent of courage that goes underneath there, because especially during this time, I can't remember where I saw it, but I believe my good friend Sunday reposted something like this of like, we have the lowest boundaries with our family members and the closest people that we consider family, and we have the best boundaries with people that we don't know that well, because of course we're going to practice on people that, you know, don't really know us like that, and we can see and gauge their reaction, just be like, well, I have to deal with that person again. But with the people that we love and we see every day, yes, of course it's going to be a little bit harder. That's where borage comes in, or courage comes in, of being confident enough and courageous enough, scared enough, doing it scared, and being courageous enough to move forward and be authentic in yourself anyway. So yeah, this Capricorn is also a cardinal sign, so it is some new beginnings that will be coming in this. So I wish courage upon you, I wish confidence upon you, I wish purification upon you, I send regeneration upon you and growth upon you. And take your time, literally take your time. We are in the season of the Lord of Time. Discern how much time you really feel like you need to delve out to people, and look at time as something like money, as something like, you know, as a value system, because it is. And that's pretty much everything that I have for y'all this Capricorn season. Thank you so much for stepping into the garden, coming to get read, or stepping into the garden, sipping some tea, and coming to get read. Have a happy holiday. And yeah, love y'all. Bye.